Hi, I'm Yancen Diemberger, and in my PhD I look at humans and horses within wider critical reflections on human-animal relationships. Horses and humans have had a long and varied history, playing hugely important roles in each other's existence and shaping what we and they have become today. So this project looks at how different cultural contexts reflect on equitation in practice, and it analyses the construction of an interspecies communicative framework that some may even see as a language of sorts. So, to give a bit of context, I've had a passion for horses for a very long time and started exchanging help at the local yard for lessons or for just being around horses by the age of about 10. And, well, I had to leave horses for some time while I travelled, studied, and worked abroad. But in one way or another, they kept cropping up. So during my undergraduate degree at Vienna University, I ended up working on an 18th century Tibetan manuscript on horse science, which I'm currently using as a source and support for my PhD project. When I finished studying, I spent some time in different Himalayan regions, working on various NGO and research projects, and it was here that, although I had no idea at the time, I came across my first fieldwork site, which is actually closely linked to the manuscript that I had been studying until that point. I then decided to return to horses on a more focused and practical level by working in different horse worlds and disciplines around the globe, especially in Argentina, where I came across the second fieldwork site. So my PhD project comes from a combination of these past interests and experiences, and explores how different cultural dynamics reflect on horse-human interactions and training methods. It also aims to provide a deeper understanding of embodied knowledge, applied methods, and practical horse-related skills that can be found in specific fieldwork sites in Argentina and in the Himalayas. During the time I spent on both sites, I came across and even worked within some of the different human-horse relationships that can be found on the ground in both places. And by picking up on some of the points of conflict and consensus between them, I was able to see a lot of common elements among not only themselves, but also other strands of equitation around the world. These observations not only inspired my fieldwork, but they also made me consider more widely the strong tensions that come out of where people see horses in terms of subjectivity, agency, cognitive ability, and ultimately ethical responsibility. So what's really interesting now is to see as the research develops and transforms, it's fascinating to see how different horse traditions with such distant origins can provide an insight into much more widely applicable observations of horse-related practices, welfare, and ultimately horse-human coexistence throughout the globe.